the Organic Summit 2025 Charter. It is a very inspiring and also a very important ambition that you have set. In Denmark, we have seen organic farming as more than a method. We have an ambitious approach to organic farming, which we see as a vital cornerstone in the green transition of agriculture. Just last November, we proudly presented a landmark political agreement on the green transition of the agriculture sector, which we call the Agreement of a Green Denmark. This agreement secures the long-term foundation for historic transformation of Denmark's land use and agricultural production to ensure a sustainable transition of agriculture in Denmark, more nature and cleaner water. It also paves the way for the world's first CO2 tax on agriculture, aiming to make Denmark a greener country with more forests, richer biodiversity, a lower climate footprint and healthier water environments. A very, very central part of this agreement is the ambition to double the organic farming area in Denmark by 2030. We have already taken important steps forward, but we must keep going and push towards a more sustainable and organic future. That is not only something we need to do in Denmark, that is something we need to do around the globe. My hope is that this summit will act as an engine for even greater ambitions in organic farming.
Climate change accelerating with the impacts that we see: water stress here, heat waves there, forest fires, loss of biodiversity. How to cope as governments, as regulators, as business and companies, as organizations, yes, as citizens. And yet, I think what I've experienced here yesterday and today is a fantastic spirit and a lot of energy and problem-solving mode. We have seen that in here. Now the challenge is to get that spirit, that solution-oriented and change-minded approach out there. How to do that? How to get the essence of what has been discussed here out to help the world and the food-producing sector and the consumers make the needed change of practices, of habits, of behavior. Of course, it's not easy. However, it should be doable. Because what the organic community offers, and at the same time as it produces food, it can improve soil health, it can create further resilience, it can enhance biodiversity, it can enhance human health, it can help the aquatic environment, it's good for animal welfare. You know all these things, and they are mentioned in the charter. The other thing, of course, is price. And there, luckily, when we talk about Europe, for instance, we have the Common Agricultural Policy. I mean, no other sector has such a huge potential source of financing. But the cap is not enough. We must also price externalities, and we must reward those who cause fewer externalities. But there is something to be looked into on the VAT in many of the countries that you come from. Turn signal to those who have to invest in the innovation, in the transformation, in the novel technologies. We have enough knowledge to act. Only in order to speed up, we also need new ways of cooperation. I think it was just mentioned just now, this public-private partnership. We need to work even more together, market and state, university and the private sector, universities internally across disciplines and across institutions, and also across national boundaries, even more than we have done up to now.
By sharing your knowledge, your ideas, your best practices, and working together, we can accelerate the global shift towards sustainable agriculture worldwide. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the world needs more organic farming. The world needs you.
You can always say, I think the 25% is possible. I hope that the outcome of this summit is that we find some tools how to, you can speed up this development. Because consumers want it, customers want it, politicians want it, we all want it for not only for our own health, for the planet, for the environment, for everything. Started in '88 when there was no definition of organic and just 7 farmers that wanted to do farming in a different way. And they started producing organic milk when nobody knew what it was, and it was very difficult to sell, and it was a big question whether the company would survive. Now, what was the big game changer for Thise? And not only Thise, basically for all organic manufacturers in Denmark, was that in 1992 the Danish retailer Coop, which at that time was market leader, decided to focus on organics. The reason why they did that was they had noticed these organic products started coming. There was a definition in Denmark, there was a certification and a logo and all of that, and then they made a promotion where they cut the VAT. And of course sales increased, but what was more interesting was that when the VAT came on, again, sales remained at the same level. So based on that experience, they start focusing in organic, and in 1995, Coop and Thise makes a partnership focused at developing organic products for retailers. We've had that cooperation now for more than 30 years. Today we have in the dairy sector in Coop's shops more than 100 organic Thise branded products. And if you look at Denmark today, it is also very high distribution of organic products in all retailers, all retail formats. Even the hard discounters have a very large organic assortment. So development where organic products started in retail very early has been very good for developing the organic share in Denmark. Right, what is the way we compete, not only with Arla but with everybody else in the market, is that we do a lot of things that others don't do. We have been focusing very much on innovation. The grass milk is a milk where we feed the cows only with grass all year round. And we are optimized the output from the farm, so a little less milk but a lot more food. So that is our grass milk, which is actually a climate initiative milk, but very born by our farmers and their innovative thoughts, and also you can say ability and to deliver on such products. The other one, which was called ad libitum, is a animal welfare milk, where we keep a cow and calf together 3 months after birth. We were also the company that introduced skyr in Denmark. It was not seen here before. Nobody knew what it was. We had a look at the Danish cheese selection back in the mid-zeros and found it a bit boring. So we said, why don't we take and look to the European traditions, find some inspiration elsewhere, and develop some other type of cheeses. We call it the start of the cheese revolution. And the first cheese we developed there is the North Sea cheese, or North Sea Käse, which is called in Germany, and it's a cheese which we manufacture, ripen near the North Sea, so you get this terroir, and that is today our biggest item, the cheese we sell by far the most of. And it started a big cheese revolution in Denmark, so a lot of other companies also got inspired. The way we feel and our relation to the German market is really tight. We have been present in Germany for more than 30 years. It was our first export market, and today we have more than 40 different customers, and we see Germany as a market we treasure, and we want to develop much more than what we have done until today. We see with interest to what is happening in Germany now, because there's really a big development in the organic product development in Rewe, Edeka and others, not only in the specialty foods stores anymore, and we of course we follow that with high interest.
My name is Richo. I'm the CEO of Meny in Denmark, a supermarket chain focusing on quality and service. We have only had 1 year where the organic growth was smaller than the total growth. So it was 2022 with the inflation and energy crisis and stuff. In general, we see larger growth in organic than in conventional.
Denmark is the kind of front runner in the organic sector in Europe.
Yeah.
Even worldwide, you have the highest market share with around 12%. What, from your opinion, are the reasons why Denmark is so successful in the organic sector?
We have the Danish national organic label that's governed by the state since 1990. So it's 35 years now. The time has been an issue, and I think that we have a state-supported organic label. I think makes a difference for the consumer.
So the consumer trust is one of the secrets.
Yeah.
But you as a retail chain also invested a lot into promoting the organic food.
In Denmark, the cooperation between the industry, the farmers, the producers, and retail, combined with the NGOs and the government, the cooperation in the whole value chain, I think, is a large part of the success we see in Denmark.
So, what are the unique points in your concept as Meny? And with your overhead with the Degrova?
Wide range of organic products. I think the smallest shops we have around 1,000 organic products in their range, and the biggest stores have 2,500 organic products in their range. To provide organic alternatives in all categories is a big part of it. Communication. I think we need to remind the consumer about the advantages of organic. Both in terms of environment, but also in terms of your personal health. The thing about communicating the advantage of organic to the consumers, we need to keep doing. Even though we think we have communicated enough, it's still not enough. We still have a lot of consumers that don't understand the benefits of organic products.
Sustainability, animal welfare.
Better drinking water.
This question of 25% by 2030.
Yeah, I think it's very ambitious. I think we have spent 35 years talking organic in Denmark, and we are halfway. So I think it's very ambitious within the next 5 years. But I think if with the right measures, it's possible. We can do a lot more in public spending. There's a lot of places where there's still a lot of growth opportunities. So I think that a summit like this, where everyone in the value chain is around the table, I think we hopefully can find some solutions that can make it possible.
So what are your special plans and also challenges for the next years?
The biggest challenge is price. I think we're in a market right now where food inflation is very top of mind, and it's no secret that most organic products is a bit more expensive than the conventional. So that's a big issue that we need to address. For me and Meny, it's very much about securing organic alternatives in all categories and be able to have an interesting and innovative organics range. There's a big task in our communication. We have this magazine, in Danish it's called Spisetid, in English Eating Time. And that separates us, not to only have a leaflet with offers, but we also have more
content.
Content and value-driven content. The Degrova, which also owns Meny, bought Årstiderne. which is an organic pioneer in Denmark, both with the prepared meals you can get delivered to your home, but also in fruit and vegetables. So one of the things we are cooperating with the Årstiderne is to make a shop-in-shop in every Meny store to provide a better and wider range for our customers in Meny. And we've just started the rollout of that, I think, in the first 10 stores. And before we reach New Year, we'll be in the entire chain. So it's 116 stores.